In this question, we're told that it has been suggested to the new manager of a supermarket that 40% of the customers who buy baked beans will buy beans in multi-packs. The manager thinks that this figure is too high and decides to test it. So this sounds like a hypothesis test. He finds that out of the next 25 customers who bought baked beans, only 5 customers bought baked beans in those multi-packs. Test at the 1% level of significance whether or not there's evidence to support the supermarket's manager's thinking. Okay, so yes, we have a hypothesis test here. Let's get started straight away, and we'll start with the hypotheses. So the null hypothesis is that the proportion is 40%. That's the suggestion that was made to him. He thinks that this is too high. So he actually thinks the proportion of customers who like to buy their baked beans in multi-packs is less than 40%, less than 0.4. So let's make sure we get these two statements correct to begin with. Okay, from here, let's think about the distribution that we're using. X is going to follow a binomial distribution where n is 25 and p is 0.4. That means the expectation is n times p. It's 25 times 0.4. The expectation of x is 10. Let's quickly get that on a diagram. So the expectation in the middle, the minimum of 0, and the maximum of 25. On this observation, 5 customers bought baked beans in multi-packs. Let's put the 5 on the diagram. This is the probability region that we're going to look for. We're going to compare this to our significance level of 1%. If this is smaller than 1%, we have a significant result. A significant result means we'll reject H0. So let's go ahead and find this probability. So the probability that x is less than or equal to 5. On our calculators, our minimum we're interested in is 0, the maximum is 5, n is 25, p is 0.4. So just into our calculators, 0.0294, and we're comparing this to our significance level of 1%. This is bigger than our significance level, so we do not have a significant result. If we don't have a significant result, we do not have the evidence to reject H0. So after our mathematical conclusion, we just need to put this back into context. The manager thought this was an overestimation. We do not have enough evidence to support his claim. He thought this figure was too high. We don't have the evidence for that. H0 says that the proportion of customers who buy their baked beans in multi-packs is 40%. And if we can't reject this, that means there is not enough evidence to suggest that less than 40% of customers buy their baked beans in multi-packs.